Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there, and happy Valentine's to you all. It is Valentine's Day, Tuesday, if you will. Hopefully you're off to a great start to your day. You should be. You absolutely should. You know, every rose has a thorn, and I hope that I am the thorn in your side to take massive action, no matter what it is, folks, no matter whether it's for playing the money game, maybe it's for health, maybe it's for wealth, maybe it's for relationships. But hopefully it's all about the roses, or maybe this morning it's all about the Rhodes. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, and thanks so much for joining me. Absolutely, I love being here. There's nothing I would rather be doing. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're listening to us live in Spokane, well, then go to your computer right now. Make sure you sign up for the Go Long America Tour. Tom and I will be in Spokane on Wednesday. That's next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow. February 22nd, we'll be at the Doubletree Hilton over there. A week from today, though, we'll be over in Denver. Just go to the website, for everyone in the Denver area. That means, Colorado Springs. Come on over. If you've been down in Vail or Aspen or what have you, come spend the evening with us. That's the 21st. We're going to be at the Marriott Tech Center. And then we'll be on Thursday, we'll be in San Francisco at the Intercontinental San Francisco. Would love to see each and every one of you out there. Please go to the homepage of TFNN, sign up, and only sign up if you're going to come. Or if you do sign up and your plans change, and we understand they change from time to time, give a call to the office just simply so we know, who's going to be there, so that we've got the right room size and so forth. So, folks, hopefully you're having a great day. If we take a quick spin around the markets here, you've got the Dow off about 40 points, 35 to 40 points. ES Mini down 4. That's what I've got up on my screen here right now. We'll probably just flip to that just for a moment, because we want you to be able to watch us live on TigerTV. Why? Because, folks, what you take in on audio-wise, through your ears, what you hear, represents about 20% of what your brain is able to process. Visually, is another 20%. But when you tie those two together, folks, what you've got is 50%. So we want your brain. I want to be able to stimulate your brain. And so go to the homepage at TFNN.com. If you don't already have to watch Tiger TV, if you don't already have it on your device, whether it's your iPhone, your Android device, your iPad, go a little further over to the right-hand side. In fact, it's circled in red for Valentine's Day. No, it's really circled in red for all kinds of reasons. You'll see some red dots there. Click on that. You can just simply bookmark it on your device. Click that once. We're just one button away from you being able to watch this show, or maybe it's watching the Money Masters show, or maybe today it's from 11 to 12 watching Kate Stalter, or how about 12 to 1? You can watch the Options Hour, and then the warm-up band for the Tom O'Brien show today is Ken Shreve. Again, what I've got up on my screen here is the ES Mini, again, trading off about 5 points. King Dollar up 28 ticks right now. Gold trading out at $17.02. That's down about almost $5. Silver down 13 cents at $33.58. Quick spin around the world. You got the DAX trading down about 23 points right now. FTSE off 15 to 16 points. Nikkei finished up 52 points. The Shanghai, they're skiing over in the Shanghai, flat again, really down 6 points, if you will. But that's really not too much. And in the Hang Seng, up 30 points. Our call number's 877-927-6648. And yesterday we were talking about, or I was speaking about the fact that, there's really no unresourceful people, folks, only unresourceful states. And that's why each and every day, or whenever I've got to put myself into a peak state, I go right to this spot that's going to be over my shoulder, lickety-split, if you will. I wanted to make sure that you take yourself to an area of strength. Visualize it. There's got to be some place. There's got to be some place of peace or serenity. What you really want is a place of strength, folks, when you can actually get into a peak mental state, because when the universe is going to throw stuff at you, and trust me, the universe is always testing you. It's always throwing things at you. And what you want to do is you want to make decisions, because decisions, they will shape your destiny. And when you make decisions, folks, you want to make sure that you are doing it from a peak state. Now, we're talking a little bit, how the unfortunate instances with, Whitney Houston. I mean, that's where I really was going with the fact that, a lot of times when I'll speak with people, they'll tell me the reason they're not taking action, it's always because they don't have enough time, money, education or what have you. And those are nothing more than, resources, if you will. And the reality is it's just about being resourceful, because when you really dig down, you really find out that they can find the money, that they can find the time, that they do have the education. And what it's really all about, is not just coming from a peak state, but when you take a look at folks, and that includes each of us, I'm going to give you kind of 3 stages, if you will, that each of us deal with or have dealt with throughout our entire lifetime. And that's this, folks, because what you'll find is, what I like to say is the way you do anything is the way that you do everything. Or if you don't believe that, write that down. Write that down, because what I want to do is each of you, there's 3 stages of life. So the 3 stages of life that I want to talk about, we can apply to the money game, you can apply it to sports, you can apply it to relationships, you can apply it to just about everything, you can apply it to everything in life. And the 3 stages, if you will, the 3 stages that you can take on, you can become a dabbler. You can be a dabbler at life, and we'll talk just a little bit about that. You can be a stressor of life, or you can be a master. So those are the 3 phases or stages, if you will. And write those down, too. Because what you want to do is, I talk about how success leaves secrets. Well, the reality is, you can model others, and that's a wonderful thing. That'll get you from A to Z much faster than anything else that you do. But many times, you can just simply model some of the success formulas that you have. Because chances are, we've each put on a pair of clothing, pair of pants, dresses, whatever it is you might be putting on, if you will. But when you put on your clothing, your outfit, if you will, some days you end up being a dabbler. Or maybe you're just a dabbler at some things, and then you're a stressor at others and a master at others. And when you have that kind of inconsistency in life, you know what it results in? It results in what we saw going on with Whitney Houston, what we see going on, with so many folks. And, she was a master, absolutely a master when it came to her talent, when it came to being able to sing. But she was a dabbler when it came to life. She was absolutely a dabbler. What do I mean by a dabbler? Well, a dabbler, folks, says, I want to be able to do this. And you start off with just simply great intentions, absolutely great intentions. I always talked about the businesses that I was in. And people would say, that they would say, I want to be in that business because it looks so easy. I had these stores at Disney. You would walk past those stores and you would think that we were literally printing money. Well, the truth is, we were printing money. Now, we were selling products, if you will. I was printing money. I was a printing press, if you will, for Disney, if you will. Now, we were making some money as well. The customers, they were having, a great time. So it was good. But the reality is, people would take a look at that business. They'd be on vacation. They'd be dreaming. And they would say, oh, that looks so easy. I want to get in that business. That's how I ended up having competitors. It's how you have competitors in life. And folks, everybody's business looks a heck of a lot easier than it is. Nobody knew all of the stress, if you will, all of what it was that I had to master in order to be able to secure those locations and what was on the line, if you will. Well, when it comes to life, when you take a look at those 3 sets of clothing that you can put on, your dabbler clothing, your stressor clothing, your master clothing, folks, if you will, dabblers, what's going to happen in life, because here's what the universe is always going to do. No matter what it is that you want to accomplish in life, the universe is going to test you. The universe, whether it's the stock market that you're trading, whether it's a business that you're in, whether it's it's always going to be testing you, folks. Always. Now, testing is a good thing because it's really just posing the question, how badly do you really want what it is that you want in your life? Well, here's what the dabbler will do. The dabbler starts off by saying, that looks like a great idea. I want to do it. And the first time they hit a roadblock, what happens, folks? The dabbler says, not so good. Maybe it looked great. It looked easy to play tennis or easy to play racquetball. They started playing, and what happened was they reached a plateau. That's what really happens. When you run into a roadblock, all a roadblock is really just a plateau. When we take a look at the stock markets, if you will, we take a look at the patterns that are out there, it's really just patterns that hit plateaus. And then what are you going to do? Are you going to punch through? Are you going to pull back? You got to pull back, recharge, and punch through? It's the same way in life, folks. What happens is dabblers hit plateaus, and they just simply give up. How about a stressor? What does a stressor do? Yeah, just by the virtue of the name, you get a little bit stressed. What happens is a stressor's going to hit that plateau, too. But what do they do when they hit that plateau, folks? They hit that plateau and they consume everything. They say they know they can be better at this. They know they can be better at the market or playing tennis or playing golf or whatever it is that they want in life. They know they can be better. They go out, they find all the material that they possibly can. They consume it and they find some way to punch through. Now, that's kind of like the ABCs that we take a look at. A lot of times what the stressor will do is they'll punch through that area. They'll punch through that plateau. But guess what? They don't punch through with conviction. It's like going through a B point, if you will, or going over a swing point on light volume. Eventually, what's going to happen? You're going to come tumbling back to that plateau. You don't know when it's going to be. Well, I can tell you when it's going to be. It's going to be when you reach that next plateau. Because you're going to reach that next plateau and you're going to say, are you kidding me? You mean I got to do this again? And life, folks, is all about getting to different plateaus. Just go take a look at where you started from in life to where you are. You will find yourself having hit plateaus. And if you were a dabbler, you gave up. I guarantee whatever it was you were thinking of doing, you gave up. That's what dabblers do. Stressors, they stress out about it. They consume everything. They finally punch through, but they don't punch through with conviction. Well, folks, when it comes to playing the money game or anything else in life, do you want to be a dabbler or a stressor? Do you really want to do that? Do you want to have all that stress? You absolutely don't. What you want to become is a master. You want to become a master of everything. What happens to a master? A master is going to hit that same plateau that you did as a dabbler, that you did as a stressor. But when you hit that plateau, what is it that you know? You've got an expectation. You expect to be able to hit that plateau. And what you want to do is you want to learn to become resourceful. You want to have a powerful state to be resourceful. You want to be able to go out and get resources. Maybe the resources from the money game. Maybe it's Basil or Tom or Larry or David White or Ken Shreve or Steve Rhodes. Maybe it's one of us, that can help you, that can be there for you each time that you hit a plateau. When you hit a plateau, when you have that expectation, folks, there's no disappointment. You just know that the test is coming. It's like the money game where you've got a series of distributions of wins and losses. When you can plan for that expectation in life, folks, that B point in life, it's a beautiful thing. Just like you. Happy Valentine's Day, folks. We get back, we'll go take a look at these markets. I love being here with you. Hopefully you're having a great day. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, 877-927-6648. Only masters here, no dabblers, no stressors. If we go take a look at what's going on in the pre-markets for the folks that released earnings either after the bell yesterday or this morning, lead the charge up 18% right now. After the close, you have Insight Enterprises. That ticker symbol is NSIT. You've got Ultra Clean right behind it, up about 17%. UCTT. Michael Kors, looks like they're selling a few purses out there. I think they sell purses and shoes. Probably some great Valentine's Day gifts there, folks. If you haven't gotten your sweetheart a Valentine's Day, that ticker symbol KORS. No, you can't buy them stock. You got to buy them, something tangible. They're up about 17% this morning. You've got GeekNet. GeekNet. Okay, how about that? GeekNet. I'm going to learn to read here, folks. That ticker symbol, GKNT, that ticker's up 11% this morning. Himax Technologies, they're up about 9%. Let's see, on the downside, what do we have on the downside? You've got Zebra Technologies. They're down 9%. Ticker symbol on that is ZBRA. They've got revenue is below estimates. Their earnings per share was about in line. They were within their range, 52 to 59 cents. Masco, MAS, the ticker symbol, they're down 8% in the pre-market here. Masco, now that's a cool thing. Masco is a corporation headquartered in Detroit. It's where I grew up as a kid. In fact, one of the I've got a fairly varied background, if you will. I happen to also be a CPA. That was what I did when I went to college with my 4 years. I learned about business, if you will, got into the details of what was underneath the covers, worked in the audit department for a very large firm, if you will, also worked in the tax department. I didn't really care much for that audit stuff, but one of where I'm going with this is the first two major tax returns that I worked on were for the Manoogian brothers. I imagine they're probably still involved with Masco, but that was a treat, going back 30 plus years ago. And I said, I want to be just like those Manoogian brothers, talk about inspiration. They're down 8% right now in the pre-market. Seattle Genetics, they are down as well, about 7%. 877-927-6648. What we're taking a look at here on my screen, we've got the DAX. Now, the DAX is a dabbler, if you will. The DAX has been dabbling. It's been making its way up to the AB equals CD pattern. It completed that here. Did that really on February the 9th. It got up real close to it, close enough on February the 8th as well. Now, what it is doing, just like we take a look at all of the indexes here in the U.S., all of the ETFs, if you will, what we would be taking a look at here, as you can see, it's just kind of hanging out at the top here. Just like, if you were planted some seeds, if you will, and they were getting ready to try to punch through the earth. And in this case here, the earth is going to be this D point of this A to B equals C to D. We'll see if the DAX wants to do a little bit more than dabble and maybe become a stressor, maybe go ahead and punch through its swing point here. And the swing point that we'd be taking a look at is really the completion of this D from February 19th, the high out there, 68.38. Let's go take a look at the FTSE, see what the FTSE is doing. FTSE is trading down 12 points, and the FTSE has been hanging out near the highs here. Now, what the FTSE is really trying to do, the FTSE is trying to make this larger A to B equals CD pattern. That would take it up into this 6,031 range. You get up to 6,031, and it would take the FTSE inside the July highs. It'll take the FTSE probably inside the May highs. Let's go up to the, let's see, where are the May highs up here? Right here. We'll take a look at the May. The May 3rd high, let me see if that was the high. Yeah, May 3rd, I'm looking at a daily chart. So the May 3rd high on the FTSE, 6103, low of 6050. So it's got about another 140, 150, 160 points in order to be able to make it up there. But and if it can make this ABC pattern, if it can get up to 6030, it'll go ahead and stretch and get up to that May 2nd area. If we take a look in Asia, see what's going on in Asia, we'll take a look at the Nikkei. Let's take a look at the Nikkei. Nikkei broke last night over its highs. The Nikkei is trading inside the swing point here from October the 3rd. The Nikkei is, if we just take a look at ABC patterns here, we'll use our formation tool. We'll go down to the lows that the Nikkei put in on November 25th, and that's an important low, if you will, as we take a look at all of our markets. Now, what's really important about that is that the volume that you've got on November 25th, if you've got a stock and it's coming down to that area, if the ETFs ever do decide to come down to that area, busting through there is not going to take a whole lot of conviction. You can be a dabbler, and you can bust through those areas where you don't have any volume. This case here, we're taking a look at the Nikkei. The Nikkei has completed today a 1 to 1.272, A to B equals C to D, but it's still inside that October 31st swing point high there, 95.12. It wants to go attack it. When we get back, we'll go see how these markets are going to drop, and then we'll see if they're going to pop, because it's about the bulls and the bears, folks. We'll be right back.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. TFNN has an exciting announcement. As part of our Go Long America contest, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes will be hosting 4 live in-person workshops that are absolutely free to attend. Denver on February 21st, Spokane on February 22nd, San Francisco on February 23rd, all from 6:30 till 9:30 in the evening, followed up by Boston on Saturday morning, March 3rd. Steve Rhodes will show you how to understand the power of 1% and how to master probability, along with avoiding getting stopped out of trades early, while Tom O'Brien will speak about the intense trading power of Tiger Gartley and butterfly patterns. All of these workshops are completely free to attend. Come see Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes live at one of these free workshops as part of the Go Long America Tour. For more information and to reserve your seat today, visit the front page of TFNN.com and click on the Go Long America Tour banner.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
And we're up to the races. You got the Dow up 20 points, the S&P down 3, Composite down 8, small caps down 3, Apple, nothing but Apple, folks, trading out at 504, up $1.76. Cisco trading down about 11 pennies right now. You've got leading the charge on the way up, at least point gainers right now. You got Michael Kors trading up about $6.70 out at 40.21. Rackspace hosting, RAX is the ticker symbol on that. They're up $4. You got Watson Pharmaceuticals, looks like they're up $1.95. Medicense up $2. On the way down, you got Fossil, they're down $4. LinkedIn down 2. First Solar down a couple points. Regeneron Pharmacy, they're down a couple points as well. 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Let's go take a look at, what do we want to take a look at? How about let's go take a look at the currency. Let's go take a look at the come on, Steve-O, get it out of you. Let's go take a look at the euro, if you will. So what I've got up on my screen here is the euro-US dollar. I've got a 60-minute chart out here. It wouldn't matter what time frame, but let's first take a look at the ABCs, if you will. So on the ABCs, let's look at the ABC down that the euro was trying to complete this morning, and that ABC in the 60-minute chart was starting at the high of 10 o'clock from February the 9th, so that goes back to last week. And the high there on the euro that you got up to was 1.33204. That's our A point. Our B point is when the euro made its way down to the 9 o'clock time frame on February 10th. It then retraces up to a high here of at 4 a.m. on February 13th. That was yesterday. A 1-to-1, A to B equals C to D. Would have taken it right down here to 1.31175. You can see it didn't make it all the way down there, real close. If we go take a look at, so that's one of the first things that you want to do, you know, when you take a look at a chart. You're going to want to, it don't have to necessarily be in this order. You want to take a look at volume. Now, in the currency marketplace, you're not going to do that. So if you've got a charting software package and it's got volume on your currency, turn it off. It doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. It's going to cloud your judgment. It doesn't have it's not the real volume. So turn that off. Give yourself a little bigger palette, if you will, to paint your painting. And so the next thing when you're taking a look at the currencies, first thing you should probably start with is your ABCs. If you're at least on the time frame that you're looking at, what you really want to start with is you want to go to a larger time frame always and see what kind of pattern is it that's going on here, because where is the actual trend, if you will, inside this market. Now, what we know, because, and I don't want to always just repeat myself, even though repetition is the mother of all skill, we know that the euro is up around that 0.382 retracement off of October 27th down to the October 27th, down to the lows that the euro put in. So we're taking a look here at ABC pattern on a 60-minute chart. So the first thing that I've got is drawn in here. The next thing that I do is take a look at expansions or contractions between swing points. In this case here, I'd be looking at expansions, because we're always expanding, right, folks? Because when you're a master, when you want to master something, you want to expand. And I know that everybody out here in our listening audience, they are all masters. And so when we take a look at the expansion, what you'll see is coming together right down here at that A to B equals C to D, expansion of the swing points that we're looking at, going from that 9 o'clock low at February 10th all the way up to the high that was put in here on February the 13th. The expansion of that, the 1.272, also came in right here as it was making an A to B equals C to D. Oftentimes, folks, it doesn't do it, to the exact tick. Many times it does, and when it does, it always amazes me that it'll make it right to that tick. What you want to do is you want to be able to be a master of probability. You want to be able to, and that's why I want you to sign up and come join Tom and I, because I'm going to teach you, the commercial doesn't really do justice, folks, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you about the holy grail in trading. It absolutely is. It'll get you and allow you to become a master of your life, a master of money. So come join us. Now, one of the mastery things, people, is that you're doing is you're looking for a range. So looks to me like this completed an A to B equals C to D and real close to a 1.272 expansion of swing points. Well, what we can do is we pull the chart in a little bit. We're going to see where the next swing point is, where there's a next real shift in the market here on the 60-minute chart on the euro. We can see that that's right down here at around 10 o'clock in the morning. That is on February the 6th. The low that you had down there was 1.30268. Now, what you can do is let's go back to our retracement ruler. Let's see what kind of retracement we were doing. So let's go from the low that we had there all the way up to our A point, if you will. And when we take a look at that, as soon as I can get my hand to work here, what we'll see is the 0.618 came in right here. So, you were coming, take a look at the areas, if you will, right inside this area where I've got my cursor. You've got the 0.618 retracement coming off of a swing point. You've got an A to B equals C to D completing. And you've got a 1.272 expansion. Now, if I was just going to resolve this and just use my little tool here to be able to draw the Gartley pattern so you can see what that would look like, I would start down at that low, that X point, if you will. We would draw it like this, and you would see that you've got 1.22, 1.272, close enough for my game, if you will. Should be close enough for your game. You got a 0.618 retracement, if you will. Now, so when you have a Gartley pattern, where is it going to go to? That's the beautiful thing, because this is a triptych, folks, that works all the time. Looks like I was off just a bit here. I probably should have grabbed this point right here, but that's okay. You're going to cut me a little bit of slack. And what we're going to do, folks, is your A to D point and your A to B equals C to D. That's what you're going to take your retracement ruler from, just to get an idea of where is it that the euro should bounce to on the chart. Well, the first area that it's going to bounce, folks, how about it? That 0.382, you can see that's what it does on this chart here. It gets up to 1.32005, it looks like. Wish I could make those numbers even bigger for myself as well. But it bounces up there. That's the first elevator on any retracement ruler, if you will. That's where you're going to get off. That's where some people are going to take their profits because they were playing this pattern and they made enough money per tick, if you will, from where they entered this trade to getting off at this area here. That's the old fear and greed. It's just simply the way that this sacred geometry works. It's a beautiful thing. Now, when you make that retracement, then what should you do? Well, a Gartley pattern, oftentimes, it will come back to where it actually broke out. It will come back down into this area here where you made your D point. It will at least come back to that 0.618 or 786. Now, does it have to? Absolutely not. In fact, you're going to be watching it. If you were in the trade here, I don't recommend that you get out on this trade, because what you have is you've got a pattern that's actually working. Because when you're a master, your master is an expectation that you're going to get up to that 0.382, and as a master, your expectation is that it's going to pull back. It may pull back right to your entry price, if you will. But when you become a master of life or a master of these patterns and you expect it, you don't start stressing out. We leave the stressors behind. You don't want to be stressing out when it comes to your trading. You don't want to become a stressor when it comes to life. Stress just leads to what? No good. So get rid of the stress. Who wants to dabble? Dabbling is no fun at all. What you want to do is you want to become a master. Well, mastering the Gartley patterns, folks, are going to tell you you're going to get up to that 0.382. You're going to stay in the trade because the trade is working, if you will. You're going to let it play out. And if the trade fails, so be it. It's just a distribution of wins and losses. That's what happens in every other area of your life. You just haven't connected the dots. When you cook a meal, I'll bet, for all of you folks out there that went to a great Thanksgiving meal, maybe it was a New Year's celebration, that's probably even a better one. New Year's, right? It's nothing but exuberance, if you will. Everybody's bringing dishes or what have you. And how much food do you think gets thrown out? Well, what's food? Food is money, if you will. And so did you stress out when you threw that food out? Maybe you didn't throw it out. What you did was you even put more cost into it, because you went and you wrapped it up with tin foil or saran wrap and you stuck it in the refrigerator and you waited to garbage day to throw it out. So now you just incurred some additional cost, if you will. Now it's not so bad, because how big of a cost is that? Well, not so bad. But if you didn't use stops, well, folks, then that would be it. When it comes to trading, that would be a no. You don't do that, if you will. So it's important to understand what is going to happen inside these patterns. Why do you stay in the trade? Because it doesn't necessarily have to come back to the breakout area. In this case here, if we just simply go take a look at where we started on this pattern here, right down here at about 2 o'clock this morning, all the way up to the high that it made at 6 a.m., what you'll see is it actually pulled back to the 0.786. Pulls back to the 0.786, that would be normal, right? You would expect that. It's one of our three areas, 382, 618, 786. Even if this pulled back to the move of a move, pulled right back here, folks, so be it. That's the way that the patterns work. Now, it's only made it's only done a 0.786 retracement. So what we can do is we can take our formation tool, our A to B tool, if you will, A to B equals C to D. What's that going to do? That's going to take you up into the 132 area. Well, 132, a 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D, is inside this 382 level and inside this 0.618. But look at a 1 to 1.272. Gets you all the way back up here into this 0.618. That's what I would expect the euro to do. If the euro moves up there, we'll see our markets creep and crawl, if you will, as they crawl all the way up towards the swing points of May 3rd. And it's been really great to watch the trading sessions each day, if you will, because you see, that take yesterday, for example. Yesterday, the market pops, pulls back, if you will, and then as we go into the close, it pulls itself up higher. Where's it pulling itself up to? Well, it's pulling itself up into the swing points of May 3rd. If we take a look at the S&P, this is the S&P cash out here, and what I've been showing, Basil's been showing this as well. And actually what was kind of interesting yesterday is in my newsletter that went out. In fact, folks, newsletters, you want to talk about newsletters. If you trade the futures or you trade this market, this morning's newsletter, I revealed some things that you absolutely need to know. In fact, you need to go over there and sign up for that newsletter to be able to see the information. I'm not going to share that here. This is shared with my clients, and you can try the newsletter out for 30 days, but there's some information in there, and I went back. I was spending a lot of time last night preparing for my every other week webcast I do for my clients. I do that tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and if there was ever a newsletter that you would want to own, that I would want you to own, that you should want to own, today is it. Today is it, and then you can go ahead and stay a client for the next 29 days, see what it is that I can teach you, but you certainly want to be able to attend tomorrow's webcast because you talk about finding some holy grails, if you will, finding a way to be able to trade. So it doesn't matter whether it's the futures. If you do trade futures, you absolutely have to go over there. But if you're just simply trading these markets, you want to be able to understand. If you're looking for a triptych, if you are looking to be on the right road, the right Steve Rhodes to success, if you will, then go over there, sign up for it, give it a shot. It's 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. But forget about that piece of it. It's just simply a newsletter that you need to have. Now, if we take a look at the S&P, that's what we've got out here, the S&P cash. What you can see is we are trading inside this ascending wedge pattern here. This little triangle keeps getting down, to the narrower chute, if you will. And really, what the ES Mini is just simply trying to do is to crawl its way up into May 3rd. Well, how do I know that? Well, what you've got up here is the daily chart. Let's just go ahead and switch that time frame to the weekly chart. And we take a look at the weekly chart. Well, that's a beautiful sight there. All that nonsense on the bottom there, all that volume. We got rid of that. Now, if we take a look at this weekly chart here, what you're going to see is this right here. This is where my cursor's at. Let's go ahead and draw some line. That is the week of May the 6th. Well, we were talking about May 2nd, right? May 2nd. So inside the weekly chart, you are already inside that candle. And, let me get those lines a little bit straight. That looks like I was drinking a little too much last night, which we know is not the case. Now, we are inside this weekly swing point, May the 6th, 2011. You can see kind of punched into this here on the week of February 3rd. I believe that this high is very important. That high from February 3rd. For the entire week of February 3rd, what you've got is 1345.34. You are up above that area right now. And what the S&P wants to do, it wants to reach, it wants to crawl up there. It wants to tag that high. When it gets up to that high, we're going to see, is it going to give it up? And what I mean by giving it up, folks, will it get above 1370.58 and then fall back underneath it? Will it do it on lighter volume? Well, that is pretty much a no-brainer, because we haven't had much volume in this marketplace. But if it does close above that area, whether it's on volume or, whether if it's a master, it's going to punch through with conviction, right? And when it punches through conviction, it'll tell us, what it wants to do next, because we know when you become a master at life, when you punch through your B point, when you do it with conviction, we know that you're ready to go find that next level where you're going to reach a plateau. And when we take a look at plateaus in the marketplace, what we do is we look for swing points, if you will. Well, where would be the next plateau if you could bust through this area? Well, the next plateau, that's pretty easy. You'd come all the way over to May of 2008. How about that, folks? If you can punch through May of 2011, where you want to go next is May of 2008. The low on that is 1373.72. Seems to me if you can punch through the 1370, you might want to go touch that. But you got to take each trade one day at a time. And so that's what's going on inside the S&P. And folks, I'm telling you, you want to go get today's newsletter. I don't say that real often, but I am telling you right now, if you're not doing it, there's some information that is revealed there. And if you don't like it, you give me a call. In fact, even if you do like it, you give me a call as well. So let's continue looking at these markets. Let's go take a look at the ETF structures out here real quickly. Let's look at the 5 minutes. Let's see what we've got from a volume. You can see here the Qs, dropped down a little bit lower. They opened a little bit lower. They're fighting their way up. They're coming into the close of yesterday. Close of yesterday had 1 million shares. You're coming up into that right now with 475. Actually, you came up with 605,000 shares in the last 5 minutes. You got another minute here before the next 5-minute session ends. And what's it all about? It's nothing but Apple. Trading out at 503 right now. Priceline is joining the party. They're up $12. Michael Kors up 6. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you seek to maximize your returns. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now,
Yeah.
Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted that was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And don't forget that Tom and I were going to be out on the West Coast. We'll be in Denver a week from today, out at the Marriott Tech Center. Go sign up for the on the homepage of TFNN for our Go Long America tour. We'll be in Spokane on Wednesday, February 22nd. We'll be in San Francisco on Thursday, the 23rd, and Boston. Can't forget Boston. We'll be up there on Saturday morning at the Boston Burlington. And let's go take a spin around the world here. Well, let's just take a look. How about the spin around our world? You know what I was going to do? I meant to get some ticker symbols, if you will, for Valentine's Day at maybe Tiffany and candy companies. I forgot to do that, but what I do have up on my screen here is Michael Kors. Michael Kors came out with numbers yesterday or this morning. Now, let me see here. Let me go to the, let me see if I can find that here real quickly. And, well, I know I can. I just need to go over to this other chart right here. KORS. Let's see what they came out with. Their earnings per share, 56 versus 31 from the previous year. You can see the stock, the IPO'd on the 15th of December, came out in the $25 range, trading up at almost 41 right now, $40.79. A little bit of a rocket ship, and maybe this is one that you want to maybe have on your list. If this thing were to pull back into its breaking out today, if you will, you've been trading here for 26 minutes. You've done 3.5 million shares. Yesterday you did a total of 2.7 million shares. If I just go ahead and put this on a 10-minute chart here, what you will see is the volume that has come in here. The volume during that first 10 minutes of trading, 1.6 million shares, might be something that you'd like to pick up if it ever fills this gap and comes down into the $33 price range, and it comes down there on light volume. So maybe you want to, maybe as a master, you just keep a list of stocks that you know that are breaking out, and you save those as a rainy day in case they pull back into a breakout area on light volume. How about somebody that didn't help me? Give me a ticker symbol for a chocolate company. We can go see how they're doing on this Valentine's Day. I think Tiffany, let's see, is that TIF? Is that what Tiffany is? We'll punch that in. Yep, Tiffany is TIF. Let's go take a look at Tiffany as well. Why somebody is getting me a chocolate company we can go take a look at. Tiffany, not really doing a whole lot. You can see, wow, this thing gapped down. That was probably on a earnings release, I would guess, going back here to the 10th of January. LUV. I think LUV is the airline. That can't be a candy company. But it is the right message, if you will. And so not really much we can see going here in Tiffany. Let's go ahead and put up that love. I think that is Southwest Air, isn't that, folks? Southwest Air, LUV. And I've got to pull this down here. Hershey, there you go. HSY Hershey. So LUV, folks, that is trading at 956, not really doing a whole lot, although, and it is Southwest Airlines. Let's go over to Hershey Company. Let's see what the Hershey folks are doing. Let's see what their chart is looking like. That is HSY is the ticker symbol there. Let's see what Hershey is doing today. Trading, that's not too bad looking chart there. trading up near its highs. People are on a sugar high, if you will. It's trading out at 60.04. Came down, and let's see here. Where was this thing coming down to? Well, coming down into where this thing really had a downdraft. Its downdraft was on October 27th. Wow, that's no surprise. And the downdraft, the high there was 60.04. It's trading right now at 60.04. Came back down here on some light volume. Yesterday got down to a low of 59.32 on 1 million shares. That was going into this downdraft where it had 4.7 million shares. Time just flies too fast, folks. Don't be a dabbler. Get rid of that stress in your life. Become a master. In fact, you can stay tuned because the Money Masters are up next, folks. Thanks so much for being here. Have a happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock.